to see out of Kelly Bryant in an actual game day situation?
I just want to see him do what he's done on the practice field. I mean, just be the same guy that he's been in practice, because he's if he'll just do 70% of what I've seen on the practice field, he's going to be a really good player. So, just hadn't had a chance to go see him play, other than what we do on the practice field every day and scrimmages and so forth. But that's really it. Just translate it to game day.
Is there any part or area of this team that you anticipate or know that's going to be really good that could surprise some people, whether it's fans or media from other places?
Running back, maybe might surprise some people there. I think we're really good at running back. I think we got some guys that can play, and you're going to see them all. You'll see all these backs as we go through the course of the season, and they can all play, and I think play at a high level for us. So I'm really that might surprise some people, but I think most people expect us to be pretty good in the trenches. We got a lot of guys back there, so I don't think that's going to be a surprise. And I think we're going to, probably the other surprise would be how we play at quarterback. I think we got good players there, and I think that position is going to be very productive for us, starting with Kelly.
Does it give you a sense of security as a coach that, heaven forbid, if anything happens to Kelly, that you got 3-4 guys back there that are highly recruited that have been in your system that can play?
Absolutely. No question. I mean, we haven't always had that situation where we really feel like we got multiple guys, that we could go win with. I think we got 3 guys that we could win with, if it need be.
Coach Xavier, Kelly not listed on the depth chart, anything to that?
That's Tim. I mean, I'd list them all on the depth chart. They're on our depth chart. Tim just lists a couple guys. So, I mean, you have to ask Coach Bray about that. I mean, they're listed on the depth chart, but he only puts 2 people out there for some reason. I don't know. But he's not first or second. That's where we are.
Are you surprised that Justin Foster and Logan Rudolph have been able to show more progress than he has at defense?
I don't think that's accurate. I think it's accurate with Logan. I think Logan is the second team guy right now. It's just where we are. I mean, Logan's a heck of a football player. That's not a knock on Xavier. I mean, it's just that's the bad part of recruiting is if a guy's not some phenom as a true freshman or a redshirt freshman, what's wrong? There's something wrong, and there's nothing wrong. Vic Beasley didn't start a game here to his 4th year before he ever put his hand down and became a starter at Clemson. 4th year. I think he turned out pretty good. It just there's nothing wrong. He's a freshman. He hadn't played a game, and we got good players. How about give Logan some credit? Kid came in and has worked his butt off and earned that spot right now. So it's going to be a long season. I think all those guys are going to have opportunity to play. But he's proven to be the most dependable guy right now as a second-team guy. But we'll see where we are as the season goes.
Has Logan successfully gotten past that shoulder?
And he's going to have to. He's trying to play through it, and has demonstrated that he can. At some point, he's going to have it cleaned up. But hopefully he doesn't have any setbacks. But right now, he's performing well for us.
How's Marcus Edmond doing health-wise, and do you expect him to be the starter at quarterback?
Yeah, he's back. He missed a lot of camp. With that growing, and it depends on right now on what the personnel is, whether or not he starts the first play or not. I think we make way too much out of that too, because we're going, especially at corner. We've got y'all have heard me say we've got several corners that are going to play and play a lot. We got a bunch of corners that are going to play starter snaps. So who runs out there first, I don't know. I know who's going to run out there first this week, but that guy may not play as many snaps as the second guy. It's really that's where we are at that position. Kind of like back when we had Vic and Shaq. Did it really matter who runs out there first? Not really. When we had all them D tackles in here, I don't really pay much attention to that. I know they're all going to have opportunity to play, but they all want to run out there first, and so that's based on practice and who has the best week. Maybe it's once you play a game, who played the best that game. All right, you're getting an opportunity to start this week and go from there. But we got a bunch of guys at corner that are going to play, like I said, starter snaps. And Marcus is, like I said, he just missed a lot of time. And you got other guys that are equally as talented that have been there every day. And so that's just kind of the nature of it. But he's going to play a ton.
A lot of teams like maybe sticking with just their two corners. How does it kind of help having so much depth at that position?
Well, it's no different at any position. I mean, as many good players as you can have, the better. There's no rule that says you can only have one good running back and one good quarterback and two good receivers and one tight end and two corners. There's a lot of teams they're lucky to have that, but we're very fortunate. We've recruited well and we've developed well, and we got a lot of guys that can play, and guys deserve to play. So I think depth is critical. I mean, it's very important when you've got depth at a position. You don't hold your breath. The guy rolls his ankle and he's out. Hey, you keep playing, and you keep playing at a high level when you have really quality functional depth. Sometimes you got quality depth from a talent standpoint, but it's not very functional. There's a big drop off there. Experience, nuances of the position, and so forth. But at corner, we got some guys that can play.
Coach, one of the constants of your success seems to be that your guys are never caught looking ahead. You've got Auburn week 2. Is that one of the biggest keys that, the players, they don't just say it, that you actually have gotten them to truly prepare the same way regardless of the opponent? Oh,
yeah, there's no question. That's a core value of our program. And, it can't, if it's just something hanging on a wall, it's just wallpaper, It's got to be something that the players buy into. So there's no question the reason we've been successful is the buy-in of the players. These guys, they know exactly what it takes, and they're excited to play. It don't matter who we're playing. I mean, we could be playing Alabama or Kent State. Our guys are excited to go play. It's time to play a game, and we don't get caught up in that. And I think if you do, you become very inconsistent. If you're looking ahead. Man, it only takes one good punch, knock you out. You're in trouble. All of a sudden you go out there, you turn it over a few times, you this and that. This game, I've seen it many, many times. So there's no question that the reason we've been so consistent is the buy-in of the guys. And same thing, if you have a big emotional win, you got a game next week. If you have a big emotional loss, you got a game next week. And so that mindset is critical if you're going to be consistent. You can't get caught up in the emotions and the ebbs and flow of fans and all the storylines that come with a big win or a big loss or whatever. Or maybe you're playing an opponent that other people don't. That's rhetoric. We gotta be locked in and respect every opponent, and we do. And again, when you only get 12 guaranteed days out of 365, man, it's important, and you want to play well. You want to put your best foot forward every time.
Coach, you kind of just talked about it right there, like kind of resilience, how guys respond based on this philosophy for Kelly Bryant. Are you kind of anxious to see how he responds when he maybe takes a punch? I mean, Deshaun Watson, we saw the last few years, he knew how to respond if a mistake was made. Kelly Bryant, we haven't really seen any game action yet, so I'm just curious how anxious are you to see how he
man, that's, like I said, that's the next step. We got to go see him play, and we've seen it in practice. I've seen him get punched in the mouth in practice. I've seen him respond against really good defense, really talented players where you don't have a lot of room for error on our practice field. So that's a pretty good gauge for us, but at the end of the day, you still got to go do it on game day. It has to translate to that part of it. And, sometimes, I remember when Taj became the starter, it took him, we got booed off the field that first game. I don't know if y'all remember that. Who we played? We played was it Troy? In his first game as the starter, is that what it was? Or Wofford? Might have been Wofford. Literally, we got booed coming in at the half. Wofford was kicking they might have been up. Was it Troy? Well, Troy and Wofford, we didn't really booze against Wofford too. We just didn't, we're all sitting there as coaches going, where the heck's our quarterback? Chad's, he's on 12 packs of gum and he don't know what to say, and he's like, I don't know where my quarterback is. Somebody kidnapped our quarterback. He's going crazy on the headset, and it just kind of took him a little while to kind of get his sea legs, if you will, and off he went. Next thing you know, it was just, whew, he became Taj Boyd. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm just like y'all. I know what I've seen on the practice field, and I know what I saw out of Taj on that practice field. It just didn't quite show up early, and then he blossomed. And hopefully Kelly will, not miss a beat. I really hope. But I think he's well prepared, and again, he's been put in every situation, and he's responded. And he flat out won the competition. Simple as that. He won the get ready phase. He won the transformation phase. Now he's got to win prime time, and we'll see what happens.
Nelly was telling us about computer programming and the things he sort of does in his free time. Does that analytical, precise side of him translate onto your field?
Yeah, sure, because he's very smart. He's a very smart young man. But yeah, he's one of those kids that'll, in his free time, he's, taking a TV apart and putting it back together. That's kind of how he's wired. It definitely translates, because I think that, this is a technical game. There's a lot that goes into it at that position, but it's a game of intelligence too. And especially at his position, he's a very smart player, and has a really high aptitude to lead the group from center, because it all starts with him, the communication and getting everybody on the same page, whether it be run schemes, protection, whatever it may be. So I think there's a translation.
Jeff Scott said yesterday this is the deepest offense that it's been since he's been here. Would you agree with that?